Liv Morgan and Nia Jax faced off at Crown Jewel to become the inaugural Crown Jewel Women's Champion. Let's take a look and see how this match went. I wasn't super excited about this match personally because I just haven't been a super big fan of everything going around Liv Morgan. It's super repetitive and it's starting to get boring. But I believe with Rhea Ripley's injury, as sad as it may be, we might finally be able to breathe a little life into the belt that she holds hostage. Now, Nia Jax's run so far has been a lot better than Liv's, with a lot more challengers, a lot better story, and a lot more moving parts as far as who's coming in to challenge and who's on the outside. I was very surprised by this match because I actually did really enjoy it. I thought it was fun watching sort of a David versus Goliath match. You don't see that a lot anymore because a lot of people now are either the same size or they're just incredibly strong. And Liv Morgan being one of the smallest wrestlers the WWE has, and Nia Jax being one of the biggest wrestlers they have, it was super fun to see how they work together in the ring to make Nia still look like a monster, but make Liv still look really, really good. They did a couple of classic tropes for the big versus little, with the little trying a top rope move that would take a normal person down and the big catching them, and so on and so forth. And that's always fun to watch, just thinking like Rey Mysterio versus the Big Show. Now, I know the dimensions aren't that vast, but those matches are always super fun to watch regardless of where you are or what you're doing. Now, this match was pretty predictable. You had a story on Nia's side and you have a story on Liv's side that is a continuous weekly story. Nia's side, you have Tiffany Stratton holding the Money in the Bank briefcase and has teased cashing in on her so-called friend, multiple times at different events. And with Liv Morgan, you have the whole Judgment Day storyline. WWE pretty much teased Tiffany Stratton cashing in on Nia Jax at the last SmackDown before Crown Jewel. It was a given that she was going to be there and be out there at some point. What surprised me was Liv Morgan came out by herself. Now, I knew that we would get some form of Judgment Day interference, and she's been keeping close with Raquel and Dominic, and so I assumed they would come out with her, but we would end up seeing them later on in the match because obviously they're going to come and help her win. And Liv Morgan did end up winning, and we didn't get a cash in from Tiffany Stratton. We should be seeing Nia Jax's reaction to Tiffany Stratton this week. I'm not 100% sure, but I would assume that this is one of their spotlight titles. They would have at least a segment about what happened at Crown Jewel. I did really like how they incorporated the Money in the Bank briefcase to this match in having Tiffany Stratton come out what Nia Jax would call early. I thought that was super interesting, and it furthers that divide between Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax. They obviously aren't on the same page as much as they try to look like they're on the same page. And for the Judgment Day, it looks like they are a complete unit. They are whole, and they are all together. They're all on the same page, unlike Nia Jax and Tiffany and the OG bloodline that we saw earlier that night. All in all, it was a very fun match with Liv Morgan winning and becoming the inaugural Crown Jewel Women's Champion. The belt looks awesome, and WWE kept with the standard that they've been running, where they have a similar style of belt than the men's, just with a white leather strap, which personally I'm fine with because I think the men's belts look really good. The only one that's super different is the women's tag team champions, and I think those look amazing. Now, as far as my rating goes, I gave it an 82 out of 100, which is a 4.1 stars. It was a fun match. It really was. I enjoyed myself watching it. Now, would I watch it again? Probably not on purpose, but if I just wanted to watch Crown Jewel again, I wouldn't skip it. It was extremely fun, and it's something you don't have to pay that much attention to understand what's going on. And that's always nice when you can have a pretty good match where you can just kind of zone out for a second and then come back, and you haven't really just lost the plot of everything. I think they did a great job all in all, and congratulations to Liv Morgan. Now, for my high, I touched on this earlier, but it's definitely the David versus Goliath aspect of the match. That's one of my favorite sort of tropes as far as wrestling matches go, and they did it fantastically. They did wonderfully on it. I don't have any complaints about it. I think both parties played their part very, very well, and it ended up with a very fun match that you could watch at just about any time and still have fun with. For my low, I did go with no Tiffany Stratton cash in. I was really expecting it, and I was hoping that that was how we were going to get the belt off Liv. Now, knowing what happened on Raw, we will see Io Sky and Liv Morgan at some point very soon. I don't think they set a date for it, but she is the #1 contender for Liv Morgan's title belt. But I'm kind of tired of the teasers. I'm not tired. I'm just ready for it to happen. I don't think I'm tired of the teasers necessarily. I'm just sort of over the anticipation of, is she going to or will she not? I just kind of hope she does soon. And I do still hope it's a surprise, but the way the story's been going so far, it might not be a surprise. It might be telegraphed pretty well. And that's it for Nia Jax versus Liv Morgan. Super fun, and if you didn't get a chance to watch it, I would say watch it, but it's not something that you have to watch if you only have a limited amount of time to get through Crown Jewel. You could watch the very last couple minutes and kind of get the gist for everything and continue on with the night. But we will be covering Kevin Owens and Randy Orton tomorrow. So I will see you in the next one. Peace.